Hello everybody and welcome to Jumputi Heroes. My name is Scarface King. Today we are going to be covering a special new event which is called the Feast of 1000. This is a celebration being held to commemorate the fact that we have reached 1000 days of operation and 10 million downloads worldwide. Pretty impressive. We've got some pretty cool stuff actually already being announced. Even before, I mean, the event doesn't start until the 15th. We've already got some pretty cool stuff announced. Let's start off with the website, which actually shows us a lot of what we're looking at today. Let me just pop that up on the screen now. You can see a lot of characters there. Now, we kind of know the roles of some of these characters already. For example, we have Boruto. He appears to be a standard gacha unit. We have a new version 2 Taisa Maeda, who appears to be a standard gacha unit. And then we have Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is a limited unit. We also have a version 2 Yukanda, who, by the way, his sprite looks amazing. You compare that to the version 1. Same with Tyson, actually. Compare that to the version 1. Worlds apart. Worlds apart. We have the one they call Mr. Boo. The one that is quite unaffectionately called Fat Boo quite often in the Western fandom. We're just going to call him Boo, I think. But we got Boo. And in the background, well, okay, so we've got Momoshiki from Boruto, obviously. And we have Alma Kama from the Grey Man. A very interesting character, which we're going to talk a little bit more about later. But over here, you can see Makibao from Midori no Makibao and Kondo Isao from Gintama. This version of Kondo Isao is sort of in the game, I think. I don't remember if the playable version has this as a special, but there is definitely an enemy-only version of him covered in honey. So, don't know what his role is. Don't know what Makibao has to do with anything. Nothing's officially been announced to do with either of them, but obviously the new characters are new, and we roughly know what all of their roles are. Momoshiki and Almakama and Boo all being event units, I don't think I said that, and Yukanda being a gacha. So, it's you know, a lot of stuff already. There's a lot of stuff already if it's not even out yet. The event is going to be running from the 15th until the 8th of January. So it's a 3-week event. I don't want to get my hopes up too much, but like, you know, 1,000 days, 1 million downloads, plus New Year, plus Christmas. It would be fair to expect quite a big event. It would be fair to expect even more than what we see here. But let's get into it. So first of all, we have a stream. Ignore this timer here because it is wrong. That timer only works if your device is on Japan time and mine is not. So, not very good. But that's counting down to the live stream, which will be starting at 8 o'clock JST on the 14th of December. So that's Monday. And there is going to be a special guest. We have no information about who this is. I don't really know what to expect. I mean, this is a huge event, and this is the first stream we've had in a long time. We've got our normal hosts, Misoshiro and Shirai P. These two normally here. Shirai P is obviously the producer of the game, and Misoshiro is the host of the stream. Who is this? Now, as far as speculation goes, I really don't have much for you. It could be a mangaka, potentially. It could be a voice actor of one of these characters they're going to be adding, potentially. I don't know. It could be Sumi P, who is the other producer. I think one of them's I think Sumi P is the game producer and Shirai P is the line producer. So it could be Sumi P. We haven't seen him on a stream in a long time. Could be one of their friends from like YouTube or from movies and stuff. I mean, there is a guy they talk to a lot on Twitter called Suga Kenta, who I believe is a Japanese personality. I think he appeared in some movies and TV shows. I don't know, maybe it's him. It could be anybody. I really don't have enough info to even hazard a guess about who this could be. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see who it might be. And potentially this could be tied into other announcements that we will be seeing during the live stream. It has also been said that during this live stream, there will be information on updates that they haven't been able to share up until now. The last stream was August. That was for the Saint Seiya event. We haven't had anything since. And, you know, obviously that's with fair reason, because the world's kind of not been in a very good place to be doing live streams with like large, you know, production value and stuff. They have to get loads of people into the studio at once. It's probably not a good idea. But they are doing it here for this big celebration, and I don't know. I guess they're going to be telling us about, you know, the sprite reworks they mentioned, maybe the harder content stuff that they mentioned before, maybe other updates they're working on, maybe the new series that they promised us. I mean, there's a few things they could cover here, and I'm hoping we learn some more, and plus more about this event that's going to be going on here. This event here, this event has caused some confusion, and that is understandable, because it's kind of confusing. So this event will start on the 14th at 9:30 JST, which is, as far as I can see, an hour and a half into this stream. No, wait. Yeah, an hour and a half. I was right. And so an hour and a half into this stream, or it might possibly be only an hour and a half stream. I didn't check. It doesn't say. So it might only be an hour and a half stream. Normally they're about 2 hours or an hour and a half, around there. So it might be after the stream. This will go live until the 21st. The 21st being the day of 1,000 days of operation. So when we hit the 21st of December, 1,000 days of operation, that's when this will come to an end. So before that happens, you need to get onto this website and take part here. You can't do it yet. Like I said, it starts here on the 14th at 9:30. But you will have to take part in this, because this is a reward you will not want to miss. Now, you can see the limit is down the bottom there, but what's going to happen is, when it goes live, you are going to be able to click on one of these characters and tweet. Now, what it looks like they're doing is gathering information on who the most popular limiteds are, or the most popular characters are. They are currently doing something similar on Taiwan, where they're trying to garner information on who is the most popular Taiwan exclusive characters. I think they're trying to figure out who is the most popular character of each type, or just in general, and who is the most popular units. They're trying to get this information, and so you're going to have the opportunity when this goes live to click on one of these and tweet it out. I don't know what it's going to tweet out. It might tweet out just a hashtag. I think it is a hashtag, but I don't know if it will give you like the character's special animation or whatever. Sometimes they do that. But you'll tweet out a hashtag with the character's name, and what you will get for doing that, the final reward for doing that, will be a chance at winning 1,000 rubies. 100 people total will win 1,000 rubies. You're not guaranteed to get that, but you might get lucky and win that if you're one of those 100 lucky people. And everybody, see that? Everybody will get one of these tickets. And this is a choice ticket of sorts. Or not. I don't really know. The issue is, it's using the same characters, or this character in particular here, that we have always associated with choice tickets. So you would assume that this means you get a choice. But these two together seem to be indicating the name of this event is the Selection Gacha event. This is a Selection Gacha because you are selecting one of these characters and saying which one is your favourite. The problem is, what does that mean that you get from this ticket? I mean, it's a multi-ticket. It says multi-ticket, and it says you can't use it until February. So what the fuck is this ticket? What do you get for it? I don't know. I don't know. I think a lot of people have said maybe it's a limited choice. Maybe it is. Even I thought that at one point. Some people have said maybe it's just like a chance to get a limited, or you get a guaranteed random limited or something, but it was your ticket for the selection event. Perhaps. Could be. I don't know. But what I do know is it's probably going to be pretty good. Typically, they don't use these sort of like rainbow shiny effects unless it is relating to a limited rather than a 5-star or standard gacha. So I think that's what it is. I could be completely off base because that's not really a great thing to base it off of. But seeing as they got all these limiteds here, it would be a bit off for them to be like, yo, here's a special ticket, and then you get nothing. You get like some random 5-star. So I'm hoping that that means we are getting a limited. But as soon as I have like full information on how this works, I will be putting it in a news post. I'll be posting on Twitter and Discord. So, I mean, check us out there. Twitter and Discord are in the description, so make sure to take a look. And you can see this actually goes up as far as like some of the newest limiteds. Tezuka from the 2.5 anniversary event, Rayleigh from the New World event, Ryotsu and Lemon from the Kochikami Feature Festival, and Kurapika from the New World event. So very recent units. The only things not on here are Kimetsu no Yaiba Feature Festival number 2, Bobobo Feature Festival, and Haikyuu Feature Festival. So it's a lot of units. And Sasuke's there. He's normally a seasonal exclusive, but not today. Maybe. I don't know. I don't really know how that's going to work. This event, this is a retweet campaign. Pretty simple. They're going to give us a lot of free summons. The goal is 20,000 retweets for 100 summons, which we would like. And for every 1,000 retweets, you get a 5-star ticket fragment. So it's very nice. So the goal is 20,000. Let's get 20,000, lads. Let's do it. 10 multis. Should be pretty good. And that event starts on the 27th. So bear that in mind. No, it doesn't. The giveaway starts on the 27th. The event starts on the 15th. Bear that in mind. Again, this will all be compiled into a news post once we have the full information in game. Then, we have another giveaway. This is a line giveaway. And this is what they're going to be giving away to a bunch of different people. This is... I don't really know how this works. They did this before, though. I remember they did this before, like a line friendship thing. Like, the amount of people you invite, they give out rewards based on that. They did this for the Kimetsu no Yaiba event. And I remember us getting stamped. I remember, like, opening my game and getting stamped. So we definitely got that. So, choice ticket up for grabs, 1,000 rubies up for grabs. So, again, once this goes live, and you're going to have to invite your friends to play from line, make sure you do that. Then, we've got this event. Now, this event is going to be tied into the live stream, but will also continue on after the live stream. And this is kind of weird. So, they are giving away limiteds and hero units being standard gacha. Up to 20 lucky people will win a limited, and 40 lucky people will win a hero. And it's basically like a mini game where it's a shooting gallery. You can see down here, it's a shooting gallery. And I don't know how it's exactly going to work. We're going to see it on stream, but basically you're going to try and shoot the ones you want. Obviously, most people want these limiteds to insane units here. But there's also, like, Yusuke's pretty damn good. Gon, pretty damn good. Some okay units. There's some okay units. And they're going to do one of these shooting galleries for each type as it goes through the weeks leading up to Christmas Day. And, well, I was kind of hoping this would be like the share gacha, where everybody would win a prize. It doesn't look like that's the case. It looks like you will only get a chance during each period. So a total of 40 people are going to win a limited, 20 for each 80 people, there you go. A total of 80 people are going to win a limited, and a total of 160 people are going to win a free hero unit. So, look, I mean, with the kind of number of people getting these rewards, it's the same up here with the rubies. You can't realistically expect to get much from this, so it's a little bit disappointing. This event's really nice. Make sure you retweet this when it comes out. and try and take part in this one as well. I know inviting people online is kind of like tedious, but make sure to do it. And that's basically it from here. Next up, we want to take a look at the scans, because they give us just a little bit more info. So the scans, which I have very skillfully translated for everybody, these give us a little bit more information on some of the new characters, including Spirit Dive Yuno, who was not covered on the website, but will be a new limited gacha character that will be arriving during this event. So let's start off at the top. 10 million downloads, 1,000 days. Thank you for getting us here. The Feast of 1,000 will be held. We've reached a new milestone thanks to everybody's support. Let's have an awesome party to celebrate. Sounds good. Sounds good. So we've got our 2 new limited characters, Spirit Dive Yuno and Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Now, my hopes for these characters are not super high. I have a feeling Yuno may be essentially the green Tanjiro or the green Zenitsu, in the sense that he might be providing us with Rainbow Bubbles plus Cyclone damage, which is the equivalent of Tanjiro, the equivalent of Zenitsu. I think that's a really nice archetype, so it'd be really interesting to see if he is indeed that character for Cyclone, because Cyclone does need a bit more support. As for Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, I don't really know what to expect from him. We are missing a yellow weakener. I believe we're still missing a yellow normal attack buffer. We might be missing some other stuff. I don't really know if he might be a new archetype or what, but hey, Gotenks. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Both limiteds, so they're both going to cost you 9 multis, so bear that in mind. And not a lot of information on them. Little screenshots there, and just one of the editors talking about how it's a big celebration with lots of powerful characters. Now the standard gacha in the middle section, this is where things get a little bit weird. So we start off with version 2 Yukanda, standard gacha. Sprite, like I said before, looks amazing. A huge upgrade on his version 1. This is 5th illusion star Yukanda, whose skill, I don't know the Grey Man that well, so I don't know if this is a reference to something he does in the show or in the manga. But the description does say sacrifice your own health and greatly improve your own strength, overwhelming attack power. It was pointed out to me that this could mean that he is part of the same archetype as, say, for example, version 2 Kanao, which is possible. But it could just be a general description of the character, and then his skills would be different in game. I don't know. Then we have version 2 Tyson Maeda, an amazing sprite. Power of Love, Tyson Maeda. I love that title. And it just says Tyson Maeda has risen up to the ring as a pro boxer. Doesn't really tell me a lot, but it's cool. It's a good sprite. I'm glad to have him. And this is from basically the final fight of the manga. So, very cool. Very happy to have him. Maybe our special guest is Hitman Morita. I don't know. It could be. It could be Masanori Morita. Or, maybe not. But we have Boruto Uzumaki as our final character in this section. And, it gives us kind of general information. The son of the 7th Hokage, Naruto Uzumaki. His shinobi talent is top class. Interestingly, does appear to be the manga style of Boruto. I know the distinction is kind of not that massive between his anime art style and his manga art style, but he definitely... My way to describe it would be the manga style looks a bit funky. Not in the good way. But, like, I mean, his sprite looks good. It does look good. And I guess we have Boruto now. There's a little bit of a tinge in the air. I can't really put it into words. The fact that Naruto Blazing is shutting down having not received Boruto content even though people were expecting it for a couple of years and it never came. And then the week it shuts down, Jumputi officially announces the release of Boruto Uzumaki. I don't know what this feeling is, but it's a strange one. It's definitely a strange one. Now you may have noticed at the top there's a little bit of text that I have put, and I am a little bit skeptical about this because I don't know. The issue is, in the original Japanese, it does indeed basically have, you know, free star at the front, and it says don't miss out, brand new characters, the free star there. I read it as don't miss out on brand new free star characters. So I was like, oh, like, so new free star characters. They're adding new free star characters in the gacha. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought, this doesn't really add up. If you look at all the separate sections of the page, they have a little section for Gotenks and Yuno that says, 2 powerful new limited characters have appeared. And then at the bottom, for the event characters, it says, furthermore, you can get these new event characters. So it kind of introduces the section and what the characters are. So why in the section above the standard gacha units would it say, don't miss out on brand new 3-star characters? There's a few different options of what this could mean. Number one, that star is just put there for flair, and it's not meant to be read as part of the sentence. And all this is supposed to say is, don't miss out on these 3 brand new characters. Option number 2 is that all these units are 3 stars. And I don't think that one's right. And option number 3 is they didn't put a title in this section, and they are genuinely just adding new 3-star characters. I don't know what to make of it. I think, honestly, the most likely thing is that's just like a not very smart decision in terms of the way to lay out the page. You know, including that star kind of throws everything off. I think it is just literally don't miss out on these 3 new characters. But if we do get some new 3 stars, I'd actually be okay with that. I feel like a lot of the time when you're rolling and you don't get a 5-star, it's just like, this is dead, I don't want this, I don't want this. But even if you say like, oh, but new 3 stars wouldn't change that, it's like, it would at least be something new to be working towards. Getting these new 3 stars, you can try and get them to max luck. You can, maybe they can have some semi-useful skills when they're leveled up, or buddy skills or something. Like, it would at least be a reason to not like be like, oh, another dead Moe. Like, there might be something in there you keep. I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm fully expecting it's just going to be 3 new standard gacha characters. And then at the bottom, we have the new event characters. Event characters can be obtained by defeating them. Let's collect them all. We have Momoshiki from Boruto. We have Patri from Black Clover. We have Alma Kama from D. Greyman. We have Sekichi Harada from Roku Danashi Blues. And we have Boo from Dragon Ball. So, starting off with Momoshiki, obviously some Boruto content. We knew Boruto was coming for some time, and obviously we have Boruto now. The interesting part to me is that the thing that counters Momoshiki, I could be remembering this entirely wrong, but as far as I can remember, the way they defeated Momoshiki was like Naruto making a super mega ultimate Genki Dama Rasengan and basically just giving it to Boruto to throw at this guy. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. That's how I remember it. So, what is Boruto's special going to be? Is it going to be that? Is it going to be like Father-Son Rasengan? If so, kind of weird, not gonna lie, kind of weird. But this could be a sign that maybe Naruto will come later. I don't know how much later, but potentially. Naruto, Hokage Naruto coming later. But yeah, cool enough. Next up we have Patri. To be honest, for me, like, I know Patri is like a major antagonist for Black Clover. I just have this thing about Black Clover where, like, because of the speed and pace of the story, I don't feel that invested in a lot of the bad guys. I think there are some good ones, But I think a lot of them I just don't care. So seeing Patry as what is, I assume, a catastrophe, it seems a little bit strange, because I would have thought of like the devil being a catastrophe rather than Patry. But I guess it's fine. Yuno does fight him. It's okay, I guess. Sure. Then we have Alma Karma. An interesting fact about him. So Alma Karma debuted in D. Greyman chapter 188, which was in Jump Square. It was after D. Greyman had moved out of Weekly Shonen Jump into Jump Square. This is interesting because up until now there had been kind of moments where we're like, oh well, like this happened and that happened because technically this character was in the story, or technically whatever, you know, like for example in the Kinnikuman event we got Goldman and we got Silverman technically had both appeared in the story before in some capacity, so this was just taking newer updated versions of these characters, but it was still the same characters from the original story. Then we had stuff like Bardock, where it's like he only appeared in one panel in the original manga, but he got made into a full character based on his skills shown in stuff like special spin-off chapters and from the anime. And people have always speculated, you know, what is fair game and what isn't. Like, could we have Dragon Ball Super? Or is that not okay? Because it wasn't in Weekly Shonen Jump, but Dragon Ball was. Where do we draw the line? And this has further made things a little bit interesting, because Alma Karma was never in Weekly Shonen Jump. He was not part of the story while D. Greyman was in Weekly Shonen Jump, only in the continuation. Now, there's a few different series that could possibly benefit. Straight away, my mind goes back to Kinnikuman, because there is loads of content in that story that straight up those characters didn't exist in the original story. So they could come over now. We could have a feature festival that's all characters from the new continuation of Kinnikuman, which would be incredible. For me, anyway. I know a lot of people don't really care about Kinnikuman, but I would care. I would care. It means any new characters introduced in World Trigger after we switched over to Jump Square, they'd all be fair game. They'd all be fair game to be added. There's actually a lot of potential here. There's a lot of potential here, but we still do have the grey area of stuff like Dragon Ball Super, in theory, should not be eligible, but could it come at some point? And a more interesting one we've speculated about a lot, was JoJo Part 7. Technically started in Weekly Shonen Jump, and it continued in, I don't know if it was Ultra Jump or something like that. It continued in a different magazine. So, before we would have said, is that really eligible? Because it barely even started in Jump. It was only a few chapters or whatever. But now, you would say, well, okay, well, this character's appeared and they weren't even in they weren't even in there. So why not? Why not have them? Why not have Johnny? Why not have Gyro? Why not? It's very interesting. It's very interesting. We have Sekichi Harada. Sekichi Harada. Did I say that right? I don't know. This is, I think I said this before, this is basically endgame Roku Danashi Blues. Tyson has evolved from a delinquent to a pro boxer, and this is like the final clash in the manga. I've got a little bit of a soft spot for like the boxing manga thing. I mean, that might just be because I'm absolutely addicted to Hajime no Ippo. But then again, I quite liked Rikudo as well. That was a boxing manga. At some point, I am going to have to read Roku Danashi Blues for sure. And I don't know, the sprites look amazing, and it's very cool to get some more content, because it seemed like one of those series that have kind of just been forgotten. And there's been a few series like that, you know? And they've just randomly got some content out of nowhere, and I hope we can continue that. And then finally, we have Boo, who realistically I think most people are expecting to be a catastrophe. And look, I mean, that's fine. You know, that's fine. It looks like we are going to be fighting against Super Boo, which is the Majin Buu we already have. But he will be blue type according to this scan, which would mean Gotenks is yellow. And he will give us copies of Boo. That's what it appears to be. Whether that will be the case or not, I mean, sometimes the scans do kind of get it wrong in some of the preview images. But we will see. We will see. And that's about it in terms of information that we have that is concrete. I'm kind of interested to see how the rest of this event plays out, because look, I've said this to a few other people. I think this event is potentially a lot bigger than what we're even seeing here. The fact that we have this much information before the event's even started by like 4 days. Like 4 days before the event even started, we got all this info. And the event is 3 weeks long. And it overlaps with New Year. And I did notice when I was going through on the website, I don't know if I can get that back up. If I go up to here, so like a lot of these like campaigns, this one ends on the 20th. This one ends on the 21st. This is obviously the live stream, ends on the 14th. This one ends on the 23rd. This one ends on the 25th. Like, a lot of this stuff is ending in the first like week or two of the event. So, and this one ends on Christmas Day as well. So what does it mean? What are we expecting? What's happening for New Year? That's the really interesting part. I'd be interested to see what people think and what they expect. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll bring you more news as soon as I have it. And yeah, see ya.